My feet are freezing. Absolutely, it is cold. There's snow on the ground. I've been really on the fence if I was gonna make a video about the Osmo Action 2 and all these leaks that have been springing up. Jasper is the man. He has been sharing all kinds of stuff. So before we get into this, go check out his Twitter if you're not already. Link below. And now that you're following Jasper over on Twitter, let's go ahead and talk about the actual leaks that we've seen so far about the Osmo Action 2. If you recall, when the Osmo Action 1 came out, I was really hard on this little guy. However, over time, DJI has updated the software in this and fixed so many of the things that I originally had issues with, and now I actually like this little guy quite a bit. But this video is not about that. Today's October 12th, and DJI just released this image with 3 pictures with 3 different dates. I am a firm believer that all 3 of these images are different items. It does look like the first thing comes on the 20th, and as the rumors let us believe, the Action 2 will be on the 27th. This picture sort of confirms that. There are rumors that there will be multiple packages, different configurations for the Osmo Action 2. They're dropping the name Osmo and just calling it the Action 2 from this point forward. These packages will run anywhere from $400 to $500, or so people seem to think. Everybody's talking about this thing being modular, and it sort of is technically, but it's not modular like the 1R by Insta360. But it looks more like DJI is focusing on something more like a GoPro session kind of vibe and feel. As of now, I've seen nothing that shows there's going to be some kind of 360 mod to replace that screen with a 360 screen, because the brains are actually in there with the lens. The built-in battery is 580 milliamps, and it gives you about a 50 to 52 minute runtime is what the rumor is, but there is an extending pack that you can supposedly hook to it to get 195 minutes worth of record time. And that's pretty impressive. Now, there is one thing on this leaked sheet that has me sort of concerned for where I live and what I hope to use this for, which is in the snow, snowboarding at really cold temperatures. It shows its working temp down to 0 degrees, and that's Celsius, which means 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And where I live and what I use this stuff for, it gets way colder than 32 degrees. When I'm out there snowboarding, come in. Whoa! Son of a bitch! Woo! Getting out there and exploring the mountains all winter long, flying drones, whatever, it is colder than 32 degrees. Now, do I think that it's not gonna work when it's under 32 degrees? No, I'm sure it's gonna work just fine. Just might get a shorter battery life than what I just talked about. Now, I have a feeling that you could use this thing without even buying the screen modular. You could probably just Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connect it to your phone and use something like the DJI Mimo app, because with just the camera itself, you can't see what it's recording, but the field of view has been increased. The original Osmo 1 was like about 145 degree field of view at the widest, which made it not work the greatest if you're gonna ever film yourself and do action. That was actually one of my biggest complaints, is the field of view. To be able to use it with the stabilized mode was just too cropped in. It worked great for like vlogging yourself at Disneyland. It didn't work so great for snowboarding or other activities that you're filming yourself and you really need to see everything. But this new one is supposedly 155 degree view, so we're going to be able to see a lot more in the picture at the same time. As you can see from these diagrams, the screen just pops right onto the camera, and more than likely you can flip-flop it back and forth to face either direction. I am a little concerned because we look at these little tabs, these little indicators, these little connecting points. It almost looks like that's directional, and if so, that's going to mean you're probably going to have to buy a standalone front-facing screen or a standalone rear-facing screen, which would make DJI a lot of money, but it would really suck for us, the consumer. I think for people really into drones and FPV stuff, this is going to be the GoPro session that they've been wanting. For some reason, GoPro just has not remade the session. Maybe they just don't realize how popular FPV drones have gotten, but since DJI is making drones and making FPV drones, it looks like they kept that in mind. And of course, DJI is going to be making all kinds of accessories. You can see by the boxes that were leaked on a Peter McKinnon video, they did drop the Osmo from the name. And some of the leaks, they even show that it's going to be magnetic like the Go 2. Have a little pendant that you just put it on. You can wear it, stick this right to a car, refrigerator, whatever is metal, obviously not aluminum. But it's a pretty cool little feature nonetheless, although that is sort of a problem when you wear it like a pendant, depending on how you're built. If you have any kind of chest, it always wants to point up at the sky. Hopefully DJI was aware of that, and they made it so that it actually has a different shape to the pendant. If it was just sort of more of a triangular shape that made it come out, then it would look straight, and that would be an awesome thing. I'm going to be modifying my pendant so I can get that very view. It looks like DJI is making not only the magnetic pendant, but a magnetic base, which you could like just pop on a car or something and then angle the camera to put it wherever you want. At this time, it looks like it's just going to stick with 4K, and I think that's fine. But it does look like they're going to be doing 4K 120 and 1080 at 240. I am a little bummed because I was hoping between DJI and GoPro, one of them would get 480 at the 1080 that I'm so badly wanting, but I'm guessing that it's just not feasible at this time with where technology is at to be in a camera this small and at the cost that they're trying to provide it to us. It is coming with Rocksteady 2.0, so we should see even better stabilization improvements versus the first one. Also saying that it's coming with a form of horizon lock, and as I've been telling you for years, horizon lock is the future. I've done videos showing you how horizon lock is actually more stable than a gimbal when you're doing action sports. Now what we don't know is, will that horizon lock be a full 360, how it works when you have the max lens mod on the GoPro 10 or 9, or how it's just built into the GoPro Max where you can fully turn the camera around and that horizon stays perfectly level, or will it be more like the GoPro 9 and the GoPro 10 without the max lens mod where the horizon lock is there, but when you turn the camera, I think on the GoPro 10 it's 45 degrees, it loses that lock. That's something I'm really interested to find out. It seems to be pretty standard that it's going to be waterproof to about 10 meters without an external case, and they're going to be probably selling an external case so you can go down even deeper if that's what you're into. One thing that really has my interest is that the sensor size is slightly bigger. It's not quite as big as the 1R 1-inch mod. However, it is jumping up from a 1/2 inch sensor to a 1/1/7 inch sensor, which means we should get some kind of improvement in lower light conditions. And if it does work and we do see better low light performance, I'm gonna bring this thing night skiing this year. Now I do plan to get this on the day that it's released. I do not have any kind of thing set up with DJI. They don't send me products. This is all my own views, my own thoughts. That's one of the reasons I was so hard on this little guy. I am a little bummed that they've changed the form factor and it's not more of a traditional GoPro style camera like this. I love how the replaceable screen cover is on this. It does not appear that this new one has that. And when the GoPro came out with the GoPro 8 and we no longer had the removable screen cover, that was the biggest mistake GoPro ever made. Hopefully DJI thought to keep something as simple as this, because if we're going to be using these for flying FPV drones, it'd be so nice if you cracked your screen cover to just take this little baby off with a little unscrew and pop on a new one. And if you are interested in seeing more about the DJI Osmo Action, just the DJI Action 2, then make sure you're following, because I will be getting one as quickly as I can so that I can bring it out to compare with my GoPro 10 as well as all my other action cameras. And originally I was gonna go out and do some kind of crazy video vlog to talk about this camera, but it's snowing. It just started snowing, so I decided to stay in and just film it inside because I wasn't ready. I've got other snow videos to go make, so if you want to see those, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and they'll be coming very soon. Till then, see you guys in the comments. What did I do with the magnetic pendant? Wait, maybe it's in one of these drawers. Oh, I found mushrooms. Oh, I was recording. Hey, shut up. But this video is not a... Yeah, I just spit right on the camera. Oh, excuse me.